Hey guys, welcome back to another one. Before we get started, I wanted to remind everybody that I still have the 500 subscriber giveaway going on. So when you're done watching this one, head back a few videos, find the shout out and giveaway video, follow the steps, and if you're not already entered, get entered. All right, so on today's video, I am going to show you how to make a do-it-yourself archery target. So without further ado, let's get this show on the road. Okay guys, so with everything going on these days and everybody being stuck at home, the nice thing about this kind of target is you probably already have all this crap laying around your house. So all you need to start with is a box, empty box. I like to try to find one that's, you know, a little bit heavier box material, heavier cardboard, but any box will do really. Banana boxes work great because they slide into each other. Anyway, just make sure that your box is big enough to suit how good a shot you are. So, and then the next part's pretty easy. You just need to fill the box, but the important part is you want it packed in as much as you can pack it in and as tightly as you can do it. So in this case, we had purchased a new mattress, so I've got that plastic from that mattress. So all I'm going to do is take some of that plastic, fold it up, stuff it in there, and you want to make sure that you get everything packed in as tightly to the outsides and to the middle as you can, so the whole area covered. Because one of the downfalls to these targets is that sometimes you'll get this like outer little bit. If you hit it there instead of where you're aiming, it's probably going to blow through because you just can't get all the airspace out of the corners. But beyond that, these are great little targets. So anyway, then what you're going to do is kind of alternate. So I've got some chunks of cardboard here that I'm going to stuff into it. And like I said, you want it in there with as much of the airspace gone as possible. So make sure you pack it in good and tight, right to the corners. Right, and then we're going to grab another layer of plastic. And then you want to put something a little heavier in. I had this old electric blanket that gave up the ghost and is no good for anything. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it as my next layer. And then we're just going to keep doing that. So stay tuned and we'll come back when we've got it full. Okay guys, so we've got the box just about full, but before we go any further, what I've done is I had this old handle off of an old kid's toy. You could pretty much fashion a handle out of anything if you wanted to, or just loop some rope through it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this, I tied it off to this piece of wood that was just laying in the yard, and then we're going to put more cardboard in. We're going to have, and then we're going to have a handle, and I'll show you that once we get it all taped up. Okay guys, we've got it all filled up. One thing I did want to mention is that little chunk of wood, if you're going to use this method to put a handle in instead of ropes or something, make sure it's up near the top. You don't want it in the middle, right? You don't want an arrow hitting that little chunk of wood, even though it's kind of floating around in there, probably wouldn't do anything to it, but you get what I'm saying. So now that we've got it all stuffed, we're gonna close that lid up, and we're just gonna use good old packing tape here and seal it up good. Like that. And of course,
Another.
there we go. Never fails. So, anyway, you guys get the idea. So, we're gonna keep wrapping that up, and then when we come back, I'll show you what I'm gonna put on there for targets. Okay guys, so we've got our handle, got our target built. Now we're gonna put on our target. So what I'm gonna do is I had some of these shotgun turkey targets. I already had them, so may as well use it. And I'm going to leave it doubled over. And then I'm just going to take a piece of this tape, get it about the middle. Now, if you don't have any targets left over from the last season or whatever, you can always just take a marker and draw a target on. Or a couple other things I've got from these little targets for blinking at. So you can just take the sticker, put it right there in the middle. Another one over a little bit. Give yourself a challenge, put a smaller one on there. And if you're feeling real lucky, there we go. The important thing about this to remember is keep it away from that edge a little bit, just to be on the safe side. And I don't really recommend these targets for broadheads, just field points, okay? So just great for target shooting and practicing and practicing and practicing. I wouldn't put a broadhead through it. So now the way to finish this off is you can either go through a crap ton of tape, or if you had an old tarp, or if you have an old the dog food bags, if you cut them open, they make a good wrap. You can wrap this whole thing in it and tape it down good, or just tie it off at the back, whatever you want to do, or on the side, I mean, whatever you want to do. Or another thing you can do is just, like I said, just keep going with the tape and cover up all that cardboard. The last bit of information or tip I'm going to give you is don't leave this outside in the weather. It's not a block target or one of those name brand things. It's a homemade, do-it-yourself archery target. It won't lend itself well to being left out in the weather. So I'm gonna fiddle around and do a little bit more taping on this one because I don't have an old tarp handy. So I'm gonna do that. And then when we come back, we're gonna fling a couple arrows at it, and I'm gonna show you exactly how good a job it does. So stay tuned. Okay guys, so I'm not gonna lie to you. I had shot a couple arrows down there, and then I got a phone call, and whenever that happens, it cuts off the film, or it cuts off the recording. So I'm starting over, but we're gonna fire a couple down there, then we'll show you how it performed. All right, let's see how this goes. Okay, let's go check it out. Okay guys, so as you can see, my first arrow, dead turkey. My second arrow, not so much. I haven't shot this bow for a couple of years, so, but that's okay. As you can see, both arrows, so that second one got about that far into the target. That one a little bit deeper, but it didn't pass through. And so there we go. A do-it-yourself archery target, and you're using recycled materials, so that's a plus, and it's something you have pretty much everybody has laying at home. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to subscribe and like and share, and again, don't forget about that giveaway video. Head over, subscribe, and follow the steps and get in on it. It's a good one.